Hello, beautiful people. Good morning. How have you been? I trust good. I've been good myself. All glory to God Almighty who has kept us up to this day. The year is fast moving. Yeah, and it's my prayer that God will meet all of us at the point of our need this year in Jesus' name. So, in today's video, I am going to be talking to us about the tools and materials required in hats and fascinator making, the tools and materials required in millinery. Millinery is actually an art you can start from the comfort of your home without much funds. Without spending much funds. Yes, it's something you can actually start and grow. It's a business you can start and grow in it. So without much ado, come ride with me. We start with the tools required for hat making. Now, as you can see, I am putting on an apron. This is one of the tools, one of the very, very essential tools to protect your outfit from stains as you walk. It's very, very essential. You can see this is branded Eva's Closet. By the way, I made this, like I told you. I sew. Every millionaire should sew. So I made this. This is my apron. You can see it. Okay, that's by the way. Okay, now tape. Tape rule. We all know what tape rule is meant for measurements. This is one of the tools we require. Tape for measurements. Whatever you want to measure, this is very important. Now, this is the bedrock of hat making, fascinator making. A block or a mold, as we call it in the Nigerian parlance. It's still same meaning, whichever one you want to call it. Because most times when you go to the market and tell them you need a block, they look at you as in, but once you say mold, that is what all of us know here. So this is it. It comes in different sizes and different shapes. This I am having here is a saucer mold for fascinator. You have the crowns, you have the brims, wide, not too wide, very wide. The crowns, you have the slanted, not slanted, the halo, what have you. This actually determines what the shape of your hat or your fascinator or your hatinator comes out as the case may be. The shape of your mold determines what shape we are going to make, so it is very, very important. Now with me here is thumbnail pins. Very, very essential. That is what you use to hold your fabric. You use to hold it in place on the block, on the mold. Thumbnail pins. This is it. This is what you use to hold it round for firmness. Now scissors. Very, very important. Because without scissors, of course, you cannot cut your fabric. Very, very essential too. Now you need thread and needle, matching color to what you are working on. Very, very essential. This is fishing line. It serves same purpose. It depends on you, what you want to achieve, what you want to work on. Both are used for sewing, for holding some items in place, maybe your flower, maybe your feathers, or whatever it is you need that requires you to hold in place. This comes handy. Now with me here are clothes pegs. We all know what these are. What we use to hold our clothes on the line after laundry. Yes, it's an essential tool. Maybe in the course of dropping videos, you will see me work with it and know why it's an essential tool, why it's required. Now this is a masking tape. As you work to you will see me drop a video where it's important for you to have it. Masking tape, very, very necessary. Now, this is cutter, this is plier. Very essential. You use this to cut your hat wire. And you use this to ply. You know what it means to ply. You could be doing a beadwork or any work that needs you to ply it. This comes handy. This is it. And these are the hat wire. This is the hat wire. This is the hat wire. That's what you use at the edge of your work for firmness. This is the flexible one. It's called boning, mostly used by tailors, but the new millinery, we make use of it. As we go forward in this, we'll see when it's used. This is still a hat wire, quite flexible. It's plastic, made of plastic. Very, very important. Now, this is the glue gun. This is gum. This is gum. There are so many of them in the market. Choose your brand. Choose the one you want to work with. But make sure the one you are choosing is a good one. This is it. You make use of this with electricity. You plug it to power to melt the candle inside before you can make use of it. Why this? You just apply on the surface, on a clean surface, and you stick together, apply a little pressure. Now this is stone applicator. Use it to apply stones. You can see the stones here. Let me pour it out. This is for stones. Use them, you can see. This has different sizes. Depending on the stone you are working on, you fix the required size. Use them to apply stones on fabric. You can apply stones on cinnamon as well. Cinnamon hats, depending on what you are working on and what your client wants. This is jewelry wire. Yes, when you want to do wire works, this is required. Jewelry wire. Most people that sells jewelry accessories, that's where you get this from in the market. Very, very essential. This is bottle water spray. Spray bottle. Use it to spray water or stiffener, as the case may be. Very, very important. And this is stiffener itself. You buy it this way in the market from people that sells millinery materials. This is what you use to apply on your fabric after blocking it on the block or the mold. This is what you use to stiffen it, to give it the shape and put it in place, hold it in place. So, that being said, those are the tools required, the basic tools. That does not mean sometimes you could require a hammer, maybe just to drive in the thumbnail that is giving you issues. You could require a hammer. You could require any tool whatsoever that is handy for you. Did you know you can actually use a flat plate to block a hatenator? So that makes the flat plates a tool as well. You can use a bowl, fruit bowl. Yes, you can use a fruit bowl to block a fascinator. That makes it a tool. So basically, whatever tool you can use that is outside the conventional tools I've shown you that is known to be used by milliners. Whatever tools you can use to achieve your work, that is a tool to you. There are no limits. There are no set rules. There are no boundaries. Whatever you can lay your hands on to achieve a perfect work, that elegant headpiece, please go ahead and do it. That being said, let me take us on a ride to the materials required. The tools alone cannot form a hat or a fascinator. The tools need a material they will work on, they will be used on to actually create a headpiece. So sit back, relax, let's continue. This is Sainame. It comes in different colors. It's actually sold per yard. So depending on what you are working on, the volume you require and all that, it comes in colors. Sometimes there are some colors you may not find in the market, and this is where dye comes in. Yes, this is where dye comes in. There are some colors you may not be able to find, and you require a dye to achieve that. This is the local dye. You can see how it's packaged. While this is the foreign dye, Dylon. I make use of both. Sometimes I combine. And a particular color of dye can give you different shades of same color. Take for instance, this is orange. It can give you different shades of orange depending on the quantity, depending on the concentration of your dye solution. It gives you different shades of orange. You can mix it with other colors. Of course, we all know that primary colors are mixed with secondary colors to achieve some other colors, but that's by the way. We will come to all that step by step unto perfection. Yes, I said so, step by step unto perfection. So this is it. This is it. Very, very essential too. So you could just have a client that wants a color, gives you the fabric, and you can't find the color in cinnamon. Just buy a cream cinnamon and go home, use dye, achieve the color that you want. Yeah, that's how it is. This is felt fabric. This is the one that is mostly found here. It can be used to mold, to block. It can be used to create fabric flower. It can be used to cover your Alice band under after attaching it, after sewing it. Maybe if you have a label or stuff, attach your label to it, cut it in such a way, you shape it and use it. It can be used as a stopper after making fabric flower, under it as a stopper or as a base for your fabric flower. You can actually create fabric flower too out of this felt. It comes in different colors. Then the mats. There are different types of mats in the market, ranging from the princess mat, the straw mat, etc. Different colors, different designs and all that. It's also used in blocking a fascinator or a hat, especially when you want to work on a fabric fascinator. Take for instance, when you want to work on an Ankara fascinator, you actually require this as your base before the Ankara or before the suede fabric or before the one we popularly call akochi, that is velvet. Yes, most times you use velvet to work. Even the felt I showed us before now, for you to achieve a perfect work on that felt, you need this as an underlining. This is the Peter Charms for finishing. After wiring your hat or your fascinator, you require this for finishing. Depending on the color you are working on, this is cream. Sometimes I dye to the color I want to work on. I just use dye. Very, very essential. You can either use this or you use bias, same color to what you are working on. It all depends on you. This or this, they do same job. Now this is bird cage nets. Sometimes in the market they call it veil nets because most times you see it on the face, veiling the face in an head piece. That's not the only use for it. You can actually form a bow with it for embellishments. You can use it to make a satellite fascinator as it is. It all depends on you. Like I always say, there are no rules. There is no limit to your creativity. Just let it out. Whatever you can use this to form, a rose, a bow, whatever embellishment you can use it to form, please go ahead and do. And that will just be your work, you and you alone. Now the Alice band. This is where our fascinator sits most times. The Alice band, very, very essential. They have the plastic band as well, the elastic band. This Alice band comes in different sizes. You have the small, you have the big, you have the medium, and you have the biggest. So then you have the padded. So it depends on what you are working on. It actually depends, solely depends on what you are working on and your preference most times. This is shiny bias for embellishment. Depending on what you're working on, depending on how you want to make use of it. No set rules. It comes in different colors. Very shiny, very beautiful. Having said that, for your embellishments, you can actually use most of the trimmings that tailors use, if not all. The trimmings, the roses, the flowers used by tailors to make dress, to embellish dresses, you can also use them to embellish a hat or a fascinator. It's your rule, it's your world. Just rule it. Just rule your world of millinery. There are no limits. No limits. Take notes. Feather for embellishment comes in different colors. This was actually cream. My trainee dyed it yesterday to the color she wants. She's working on a deep blue and this aquamarine blue. She dyed it to her taste yesterday. So I just decided to pick it up to show us that yes, you can actually dye a feather. I will make a video on that when the time comes on how to dye feathers and cinnamon fabric. This is it. It comes, there are so many of them in the market. Your choice, your preference, your client's preference. Feathers, very, very important. You can actually use feather, the ostrich spine, flower, crinoline on one hat, depending on what you want to achieve and what your client wants. This is it. So we have the crinoline, horsehair. It's also known as horsehair. We use it to form embellishments. You can use it to create a headpiece. It's very, very essential in the art of millinery. It comes in different inches. This is about 7 inch. It has the 1 inch, it has the 2 inches, it has the 3 inches crinoline, and it comes in different colors. This is the patterned crinoline. You have the plain crinoline and you have the pleated crinoline. They are all crinoline horsehair, but their prices differ most times. Then you have these two. This is crinoline as well. The crinoline tube for embellishment as well and for creating a headpiece. The crinoline tube. Flower. This is a rose flower. Most times they call it pocket rose in the markets. Very, very essential. There are different types of flowers you could work with. Even the bridal flowers, the flowers they use for the brides, though is a little bit more expensive than this, you can make use of them to embellish your hats, your fascinator, your headpiece. So just do you. Be the best you can be in this. Do the best you can do. And sometimes even a mistake turns out to be a beautiful design. Yes. It all depends on your creativity. It all depends on what your mind is feeding you at the moment when you are working. Yes. So, my beloved people, that's what we have for today. The tools and materials required to make a hat, to make not just a hat, not just a fascinator, an elegant one, an exquisite piece. Yes, all I've shown you here is what is required for you to make. That does not say it is limited to all I have shown. No, it's not limited to that. Like I mentioned earlier, most of the materials used by tailor, for instance, the breast part, the peplum stay, we all use them to achieve a headpiece, depending on you, depending on how you can work with them. And that is why on this channel, I am going to be bringing to us how to make use of some of those items I've mentioned that are being used by tailors, how to make use of them to achieve a headpiece or use it to stabilize a fabric before working on it. So that's all we have for today. And please, before I go, just want to remind you to subscribe to our channel. If you've not subscribed, if you've not done so, please subscribe on our channel. Hit the bell icon to turn on your notifications so that whenever we drop a video, you will be able to see it. You watch, share, drop your comments. If you have any question about the video I've dropped, please feel free to drop on the comment section. I'll do my best to answer to the best of my knowledge. You have any work you think I should make a video on, please drop on the comment section. I'll do my best to bring the video our way. So till I come our way next time, it's me, Eva's Closet. Thanks for stopping by. Bye. God bless you.